mentioned something interesting, that leaders should listen, and I'd like to know from you whether the leaders currently are listening to your issues. But let's bring in Mokaya again. Mokaya, this issue of sacrifice, you're the one who started it off, and you talked about the 2024 Maandamano, and there was a bit of a concern, even Bruce raised it, said that there needed to be some reconciliation with some young people. Just switch on your microphone there and then let us know, where do you draw the line between sacrifice and sabotage? And was Raila given his flowers when he was alive, or is it different now?
I think as a people, I don't know whether to scale it down to us Kenyans or even Africans. There's a saying in Swahili that says, kufa usifiwe. People have good things to say about you, but the first qualification is that you have to die first. And we were very unkind to Raila when he was alive. We attended his rallies. All of us. Raila could appear somewhere and everything stops. But did we attend his polls as much? The first thing we do when government goes wrong is ask, where is Raila? But did we trust him with the power that we want? Or we thought his role as a donkey is to carry burdens, but we never thought he's good enough for Napier? Did we appreciate the role of Raila in the lives that we live today? Times were there when you could say people could not whisper about government. People could not imagine of the death of a president. People could not imagine of a presidential election. But Raila chose to make it the purpose of his life to give us that space. Right now, you can tweet against the president and still walk around. You can tweet against, you can say things that are not kind to government and still walk around. We don't walk around in fears that people will hear things about government and then our lives and then will disappear. Yes, those has happened, but there is that space that we enjoy, that sacrifices of people like Raila, not single-handedly, but is the biggest character in that fight. So we didn't give him his flowers. You talked about sabotage and sacrifice. We don't look at the 25th of June 2024 wholesomely. We are running with a single story that is popular. It is popular to be critical. It is popular to be in the opposition. But again, the president once said, which is a statement we chose to misinterpret, that if there is no Kenya for you, there is no Kenya for me. We were in parliament. We breached parliament. We were looking at going to State House. Did we ever think the end of the marches that we were doing? The Maandamano started as well. We were against the finance bill, which was punitive for everybody across the board. Ourselves, our parents, our children, the whole country. The march, the finance bill failed. What were we targeting next? Did we realize that our Maandamano had been infiltrated by political players? Did we see that we were losing the white color of our flag? Did we even think about the constitution that gave us the right to do that, whether we could have it 2 days more if we breached the State House? So, Raila Odinga, what seems like sabotage in the 2024 Maandamano was the saving grace that saved this country that we have today. Because once the flag stops flying, the bullet starts speaking.
Okay, but nobody saw it like that. In fact, I'm referring to this particular Maandamano because this is the one Maandamano that was led by the young people like yourselves. And when you came out, what we heard was that you feel you were sabotaged and not supported.
Nobody felt like that because we were crowd thinking. We were having that mob mentality, and it was getting into us. It was heroic to destroy things. It was heroic to rob shops. It sounded heroic to do things that otherwise could be illegal. Did we think about how many people lost jobs because of their shops were looted? Did we think about what next once Ruto goes unconstitutionally? Did we think about how many examples are there in Africa of states that have gone through revolutions that have ever come back? Look at our neighbors, Somalia. Look at Libya. Look at other states, even beyond Africa, Iraq, Iran, that have gone through popular uprising. How long does it take to rebuild? We really play around the peace and the peaceful transition of power that we have enjoyed. Nobody among us have survived. The worst we went was 2007, but that was, if you compare that with other revolutions, the revolutions that we have seen and the evolution that we desire, it's worth to say that 90% of us cannot survive 1 month in a foreign country, because then you realize your degrees cannot be recognized. You don't have capital to start a business. You are looked at as a foreigner. People in East Africa don't like us that much. Then this country is our home. Without this country, and that's right, what Raila saw that we didn't. Without our flag flying high, our options are so limited.
Okay.
So that is what Raila saw. And when you say there is a thin line between sabotage and sacrifice, I see sacrifice in Raila. And that's why he was Baba. He could see not what is popular, what we need. He could see not what we want, but what is needed for this country to remain as a republic.